grabbing burgers for dinner if you're interested.
I'm vegan.
That's interesting. They have pinned chat on here. Okay, so the question for the day is, if somebody was going to decorate a fedora for you, hey, hey, what's going on? Then what would you have on it? I went and I got a black fedora one day, and it was on sale for about 3/4 of the normal price. So I grabbed one. Then I went back to go look on the internet and see how that was doing. And I said, well, it says out of stock at the store I went, but they had a bunch. So then I was at the store and they were even cheaper the next time. So I went and I got a couple more. Done with my computer. I got both panels on. Completed. Cool. So then about a week later, I was in the store and I uh they were on real good sale. So I bought a couple more. And then the other day I went in and uh they were really dirt cheap. And there was like a bunch more. First store didn't have any stock. And so I said, well, I went through every single one of them, grabbed them, and bought all those dirt cheap. And then as I was doing some other shopping on my way out, I saw a couple more laying around, just laying around in the wrong places. Thank you. And so I grabbed those up and bought those on the way out. I ended up going back to get another one. Um, Actually, one of them I had no headband on it. It was this one. And I told the girl, I said, well, I accidentally got this one with no headband. But the other one was smashed. And so uh, I said, can I get a discount on that? She goes, well, no. And I said, well, okay, so how about if uh she says, well, if you want, you can take the headband off the other one. I said, really? Off the smashed one? She says, sure. I said, do I need to bring it back to you or anything? Nope. I said, okay. So I went back there and I took the headband off the smashed up one and put it with this one. Just so I had an extra headband. Yeah, they're fun. And I mean, you can wear them with jeans, you can wear them with suit, you can wear them with anything. And girls and guys can wear them. And these are adjustable on the inside so they can tie up nicely. So I have got the beige, like a beige neutral. Ooh, let's see if I can move this. We got the beige. We got this funny forest green color. I got one black, and the rest are like a gray. I guess a gray or a blue gray. And they're real nice looking. It's got the good crunch in it. These are felt. Um, and they're kind of thick, and then they've got the wire on the edge so you can bend them into shape. Um, but There's a few people doing them on the internet and decorating them. There's a girl that does mirrors on them. I don't like the mirrors so good. I would love to use them, but the biggest problem with the mirrors is there's no protection on the edges. And so you can cut yourself handling them, just putting them on. And I'm afraid the customer would sue you. They look great though, you know. Um, so uh, I've got big giant rhinestones I could do on some. And then I've got a big box of feathers that I do Indian stuff with. So I like the ones without the thing in the middle, just the dark black. Thing going around. Oh, just like a black headband going around? Really? And uh so what I'm trying to do is see what people really like. And then that way, I could sell some plain ones. The problem is on eBay, I only have 3 days shipping time. So it's got to be ready to ship. So I thought maybe I could, make some different ones and list on there. Because I thought about that, of people that would just rather just have it plain. And then those that like feathers out of them, or if they want them real fancy, you know. So that's what I'm trying to seek out, is see what people's taste is. That way I can figure out a good market value. Kind of like Frank Sinatra said. Yeah, you know what? As a matter of fact, I bet you they are. I bet you they're very similar to that. It's kind of like a dress hat and kind of a little bit Western looking, but it looks more like a dress hat. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. We're in my office, and my thing is just stiff as stiff can be. My tripod, my good tripod. Not the newest one I bought from Walmart, but this is a more expensive one that came out of the auction storages, but sometimes it's a little stiff. But, man, it's cold. I'll tell you what. It was 29 this morning, but, it's just real chilly out there with the wind. So, but, yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. I went to check on Uberman Tampa today and the convention he's doing. He's doing more of a convention thing. And, than like a flea market thing. It's indoors. I don't know how it got away without getting charged. I can't even believe that they didn't charge them for parking or a spot, because those events, you have to pay money to do them usually in convention centers. It's in a stadium, but it looks more like a convention center. And there was a lot of people there, but they charged the customers to go. I would have loved to have done that out by Tampa. So anyway, these socks are not fitting good. I'm freezing. So anyway, I'm excited to do these. I'm still listing some stuff on the eBay. Etsy's still down. No email. And it's got a big banner on there now that says, check your email for reason why your site is down, and there's nothing. So Etsy's just so screwball anyway. It's so slow selling on there. Terrible slow. But yeah, so I got a sale on eBay the other day for a piece of jewelry. That was really cool. Good sign. And so that was real good sign. Jewelry is going real good on their earrings, especially. So I know with all the earrings that were being sold, I don't know if they even didn't get to mine, but they did. Thank you for the thumbs up. So that was real exciting. But already shipped that out. So these socks are terrible. I'd have to go without because these just don't fit right. So it is so cold. And see, I have concrete in my office, so the floor is really cold too. So, yep. But those are just crappy socks. I don't like them. I was putting on some real heavy duty like ski socks. And they're no good. Whew. Can't get them to fit right in my shoe. So I need some powder and some spray instead. I would have liked to go into the washateria today, but it was too cold and I just didn't have a chance. I was so busy listing. I was listing some shoes. So I got to get this stock moving. I'm not going to go anywhere if I don't get this stock sold. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just as fast as I can. I take a little bit of a cut, but actually it looks like it's cheaper to sell on eBay now than it is on Etsy. You get like 200 free listings a month, and they roll over from what it looks like. So you don't ever pay unless you go over 200 listings or add extra stuff to it. So I had a rough night yesterday, vomiting and cold chills. This is terrible. 22 where you're at. Woohoo! Bummer. Bummer. So I'm running my laptop at the same time with this. They say you're not supposed to do it. Watch your own blogs or some kind of thing. So I hope I don't lose my blog. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you're not getting corona, man. That's some bad gook. Well, that's good. You're feeling better today. That's a blessing for sure. But you might have got hit with that corona. But the holding process, I think, is like half of what it used to be. I think it was 15 days before, and I think it's like 7 now. But you need to get some of those free tests so you can like do them at home, you know, and you don't have to go out in public and get corona. But I'm gonna tell you, there are not many people on the road today, and it is spring break, and there's about half the people on the road that there was yesterday. And I talked to the guy at the gas station that's real nice at Tom Thumb, and I just out of the blue asked him, because there was hardly any people in the gas pumps, but only people coming to shop. And I said, so you have a lot of people buying gas today? And he said, nope. And I said, whoa, so it's holding at 419 today. So it hasn't gone up since yesterday over here. But, I mean, it's a different price every city and every state, which that's kind of bewildering too. If it's going to raise, how come it doesn't raise equally across the states? Because there's parts of California that are $7 a gallon right now. Yeah, ready for the warm weather. I'm done with the cold weather. You aren't lying. I don't like it too hot anymore. I used to love it super hot. But I can't stand the cold. It's just, it gets too cold. And plus, like, my office has concrete floor. And unfortunately, I've sold so many rugs out of auction storages that all I had to do was wash them out in the asphalt outside. And then you know, hang them to dry or whatever. And it could have put them in here. And it would have been better with this concrete. But such is life. I figured, well, I could always buy one and put one in, but I really don't want to. I don't want to put a lot of money into this place because it just, if it's any more problematic than it has been, especially when it almost killed me with the bug spraying every day. Yeah. Yeah, well, I grew up in California and it's like always 70 degrees. Like if it ever hit 50, that was like bone chilling weather, And the only time it was really cold is if like you went to the mountains for snow, you know. So, and then the only big temperature change was if you were out in the valley. The valley was always smoking hot compared to the beaches and stuff. But that's like Southern California. So and if you go to San Francisco, all it does is ever rain, just rain, rain, rain. It just seems like every time I've gone to San Francisco, it just rains. Right now, 37 degrees. Wow. Yeah, it's probably close to that right now here. It's supposed to be um 50 in the day, and then I think it's supposed to be like 39 or 40 tonight. So, and then it's supposed to be kind of cool tomorrow night too, I think. Um, and then it'll fair out, and then it'll be kind of like 80s in the day, and then 60s at night, which isn't too terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I guess the tourists are going to be the target here with this gas crunch because they're all stupid and they can all drive together and get in trouble. Where my friend lives is 18 degrees. No way. Oh no, 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 no. That's yucky poo poo. 18 degrees. Jeez. Yeah, so I had to take a break so I could start listing some more stuff. I've got most of my ready to sell fancy shoes listed. I've got three, and I'm gonna have to pull and do the exact measurements on them. Because eBay has this new thing where if it's has to be exactly like the ad, or I guess they can return it. I don't know. It's supposed to be exactly as advertised. So normally it's like that for me. Everything's exact, but I really need to do the dimensions on those three pair of shoes, and I've got to put that on Etsy. It's no wonder those didn't sell on Etsy because the dimensions weren't on there. So um I'm not gonna pull those shoes today. Maybe do that tomorrow. But I'm gonna go ahead and list all the necklace stuff next, and I'll do the St. Michael stuff probably last. But I'm gonna keep on listing. See if I can get some stuff rolled out. I hate that it's all little bitty stuff. Although it's cheap to ship, it's like $5 to ship each one, which is not really cheap. It used to be cheaper than that, like a couple bucks, but UPS has gone up so much it's not funny. So I'm gonna go ahead and list those necklaces much as I can today. Maybe I'll get them all. Because those are big hitters right now on eBay is earrings first, then necklaces, and then uh I'll kind of go from there. And see where because I got a 200 limit on the adding, and if I could not get charged for eBay on their ads, I would be probably really a lot better off if I can stay around the 200 ad limit without getting charged. And then just pay the eBay fees, which are still cheaper than Etsy. Um, so um, I had sold a bread box on Etsy and it was like $20 in fees total. I was like, what the heck? So I'd have done cheaper on eBay with that actually. So yeah, take advantage of this because every day is precious because I've been booted off eBay so many times in the years. So I'm lucky to be on there now. I don't know um, how long it'll last, but I'm going for it. And hopefully I can get some good reviews. So eBay used to be very problematic years ago. So I don't know. We'll see what it does. But like I say, eBay and Amazon are really good sellers. If you're trying to sell stuff, they're really usually quite good revenue. So we'll see how it does. But I got to get this stuff moved and sold. So what I'm doing is running ads off of the Etsy and then pictures off my computer and my phone and doing the ads, just flipping them over real quick like that, so that I can get this stuff listed quickly without having to start over and read photograph and measurements and write the ads, and because all that stuff takes so much time. That's the worst part of all, is making the ad. So, but I've got like 70 ads right now, and it's like a 200 or 250 allotment a month. So, and it looks like they're not going to charge me when these expire. They just roll it over to the next month as long as you're not over, or you're paying for extras, then they don't charge you. So, until it sells. So, that would be really cool. So it's a shame eBay didn't do that 100 years ago, because God, it was so expensive back then. But yeah, so they got snow. No way. Forget that snow, man. I've shoveled that stuff. I've had to drive through it. Man, I worked with it in Memphis when the money was just amazingly good. Snow and ice on the streets, and baseball-sized hail, and oh man, done with that. Memphis doesn't have any money like that anymore. It's been several years, and it's kind of dangerous now. There's a lot of gang stuff going on, and so that's not my gig. I'm trying to stay alive and stay safe. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of dreading this evening with the cold, because I got so much work to do. New York, whoa. A lot of money there. Rents are high there. Rents are real high there. So, but, yeah. So, I don't know. Get a picture of the fedoras. Man, I don't know what is up with this tripod. I'm going to have to take it apart and rebuild it. It is acting really bad. Hanging around. But, yeah. Man, I'm feeling for that person in New York. That talking to a guy on a friend of mine's YouTube today, and he said that he's in Montana and he's thinking about moving to Florida. It's like, it's not that simple. First of all, get rid of your car. They'll charge you a mint to take it over the state line. And it's not cheap. It is not cheap. It used to be real reasonable until the pandemic hit. Now the whole state's kind of gone ick. But yeah, so I bet Inspirational Nomad's doing his vlog about now. He's used to do them later at night, and then he started doing them early till he got frustrated, and he closed the live out sometimes in 30 minutes time. He stopped charging for members. He went to members only lives, and it was aggravating, because you were on there and he'd be going through something, you'd want to say something, but you had to sign up for $10 a month, and I don't have that kind of money, so I couldn't do it. But he did that for a long, long, long time. Today and tomorrow snow, eek. And so actually it was good for him on his lives, because he kept the trash out, but he also doesn't have any wrenches. And I told him the other day, I said, man, get you some wrenches on there, and they'll help you keep that trash off. And so, but I said, otherwise you're gonna have to go back to charging. Just charge $1 or something this time around, for the beginner slot. I get them, but I have some wrenches on here. I have trusted people that have wrenches here on my channel, so they help. But other than that, it's kind of about it. But yeah, it's been a really, really, really long day. I got up early. Shouldn't have, but I did. But I got to work straight away. I got lots done today because I'm up to like 76 listings. So hopefully I can get a bunch of necklaces on and maybe they'll sell. Because I need to catch some revenue. I'd like to get a lot of revenue before the 15th, but I don't know if that's going to happen. The biggest problem is on the shipping with eBay on a brand new account. They're not going to pay you until the tracking number shows it's been delivered. And it used to take 2 or 3 days after that to get the money to move. So I don't know how it'll go this round. But like I said, I just shipped like yesterday on one. And they probably won't get that till Monday. So we'll see what happens on Monday or Tuesday. But and then it could be worse where they ship it back. Then that would be really bad. But other than that, it's kind of about it. It's freezing. So I switched my shoes from my moccasins to my tennies, but got no socks. No, I'm freezing cold. I was using OfferUp. It was kind of shady. Yeah, I've used them for selling auction stuff. It's not as bad as like Craigslist is really scary, dangerous. And then Facebook's kind of crappy. But OfferUp, I liked buying off of there more than anything. I bought some really cool deals on OfferUp, just wherever I'm at locally. I've never ordered anything off there. I think half that stuff is scammy. But and I've never ordered anything off. Well, let's see. I think I ordered one thing off of Facebook one time. From a girl, some turquoise jewelry, which I still haven't opened. I need to open that. I need to do a vlog with it. But yeah, they combined the OfferUp and another one together. I think Letgo and OfferUp are together now. But all at one site now. But it's so hard to sell like that because people are just idiots. The worst is Facebook. Facebook Marketplace is really crappy because they send you stupid messages all the time. I was selling, and it told me I would be paid after the seller received it and inspected it. I was selling, and it told me I would be paid after the buyer received it and inspected it, you mean? Yeah, see, I don't know. I wouldn't be doing that. Forget that. I would not be playing that game on a little app like that. Because see, this people steal all the time. I mean, I bought a Victoria's Secret bra from a girl in New York, and then she released the exact same bra again. And I won it on auction for like 40 or 50 bucks. I had to send her like a $65 money order on eBay. And I never got it. I was sending her message after message, and she was like, it was shipped. Never got it. And had no tracking number. I was mad as hell. And so, yeah, I'd have canceled it too. Forget it. I would just do live stuff, where, you go pick it up or meet somebody somewhere to sell it. There's a lot of people that do that. But you just have to be careful where you do it. You need to do it under video cameras and public business or something like that where, crazy crap's not going to happen. You know what I mean? You have a better chance of less bull crap, you know. So, yeah. Because you never know what they if they're gonna carjack you or a weirdo or what. I mean, Craigslist is real bad. There's bad things that happen to people, especially women, on Craigslist in the past. So you have to be really, really, really careful because there's some freaks on there. They'll come to your house, buy a TV, and bad things happen. So, yeah, it's better if you have like video or people around or whatever. So, I don't know, but the biggest problem is everybody's recording your sales. You know, yeah, Craigslist is weird. I mean, you know, really weird. I did a Craigslist fish tank once in a Walmart parking lot, and I had to wait forever for them to show up, like an hour and a half. And they said they were, going to meet me at a certain time, and it was like another hour and a half. And then when they finally showed up, it looked like two meth heads. And then they offered to load the thing into my Cadillac, and they turned it around to where I couldn't see the damage on it, and paid them. And they were like off in a hurry. And then when after they left, I saw the damage on the one side because I was like, and it'll hold water and all. Yeah. And this thing was so dirty, it looked like it'd been sitting outside. So they were just out to scam me for some money. I was like totally bummed. And it was a huge fish tank. And in fact, it was in my Cadillac, back of my Cadillac on the leather seats. I really didn't even be doing it unless it was totally worth it. I was really bummed. But, especially when I sent a message after they wouldn't respond. I'm like, this is not the same one in the picture. This one's damaged. It just ran with my money. It was probably something sitting out in the trash or something. Figured they'd list it and try to sell it. But yeah, there's some shady crap. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of free giveaway stuff on Facebook Marketplace though. I had some friends that used to get free baby stuff all the time for their kid. I mean, from outdoor toys to you name it, just all free stuff all the time. Now there's a lot of free stuff because a lot of people that have been evicted out of their place because they never paid rent for over a year. So there's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so I don't know. But I can't believe how cold it is. There's a lot of wind though. The wind makes it colder. I don't like the wind unless I'm out sailing, actually. I don't know why it's just too cold for me. And I'm so bummed I can't drive around because the gas is so expensive. It is just, ugh. You know? I'm going to have to really restrict my driving. Because I like to do driving vlogs. There's a lot of people that tell me they love those. And so, it's nothing to hook that camera up and just roll. But not going to be able to do as much of that. I just wonder how long this gas thing is going to last. Because if it goes for like half a year, we're in bad shape. You're in seriously bad shape if it goes that long. So I don't know. And if it does hit that $10 a gallon like they were saying the other day, I figured 7 would be about tops. But if it does hit like 10 a gallon, it's going to ruin everything. It's going to ruin tractor trailers. It's going to ruin app people. I mean, DoorDash is going to have to get so expensive on the payout. People aren't even going to bother to do it if they don't start paying out more. They have to up the service. Raise that price. They should have raised it a while back anyway to keep the cheap trash off of there because, or steal less tips because it's not fair to the driver to have to wait and stuff. I did one recently that I've got a blog that, man, I was really bummed about it, and DoorDash wouldn't back me up or nothing. And customers, total trash. Hmm. It's bad when they don't want to tell you where they are, and they get obnoxious about it. It's like, man, all I'm doing is trying to get your food to you. Help me out here. I wouldn't ask if I didn't know. I saw the post about the one of 515. What, in gas? It's just, it's just nuts. Did you see that one about that tractor trailer? That might be the one you're talking about. Man, that trucker, he was like, I just want to show you what gas is like today. $1,000 to fuel that devil up. I think they used to be like $400 to $600, just like RVs. But man, that's just insanity. Because it's going to stop our trucking industry. I'm telling you, they can't raise groceries much more. They've already done that, where you can't even afford to buy real meat now. But yeah, I mean, it's been 2 months since I could buy fresh meat. It's just too high. I mean, just to get it, cheapest steak was like $14. I'm like, no, I think I'll wait. I can be vegetarian for a little bit, you know. Um, I was for 7 years once upon a time. You know, I can do it again. But yeah, it's I mean, this is just our president bites. Our president just bites. And like I'm telling you, this Joker is gonna be sending money overseas to help people instead of helping us. I just wish he'd open up that pipeline. I don't know how long it'd take to resurrect that. It's you know, I know the petroleum plants, it takes them time to get those back up and going because there's so much to do if they've been shut down more than 24 hours. But so I don't know what happens on a pipeline, but man, we could sure use it. Be nice if we could have our own fuel instead of outsource, especially right now. But they always say we'll never be short because we got barrels and barrels and barrels of it that sit around for years. But I don't know. I think we're going to be divided, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get a bunch of people comment on this vlog this week and tell me what they like on their hat. Because I got a lot of stuff I could put on there. I got chains, I got braids, I got rhinestones, I got a little bit of feathers, and ribbon's not a big thing. Um, I'll tell you what sells really good is the Gucci color ribbon, the green and the red, which I could probably get at the sewing store. But I don't know how legal that is to put that on there. Because if it mimics Gucci, I think that they could sue you for that. So I know if you put on the ad, ode to Gucci or like Gucci or something like that, you'll never make it. I'll tell you one thing that really is not good on eBay. I used to get Harley stuff in Huntsville, Alabama at this store. They had tons of it in the boxes, everything. Belt buckles, and there were lighters, all kinds of stuff. And I went in there and I bought some, and everybody went crazy over it. So I said, well, I better go back to the store and go get some more. So I went back and I bought out everything they had for about $350. They gave me a really cool deal just to buy the whole damn thing. I said, well, I'd buy this whole lot, And they said, well, we'll make you a deal. And I said, oh, really? Because I don't like to ask people for deals because it hurts their feelings. And so I went and I bought the whole lot. Every bit of it. I had everything you could think of as a Harley merchandise. So I still had some left over years later. And I went ahead to list it on eBay, and I got in trouble because Harley Davidson doesn't want any of their stuff sold online. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. It's real Harley stuff. It's not fake, and it's not permitted to be sold on eBay. So, yeah, that was really a bummer because that stuff goes really well and has incredible resale value. Yeah, I mean, people love that stuff. They were real neat. They come in a little box, and it'd be like, the belt buckle, and then, they had a lighter. They had all kinds of different stuff that you could buy with Harley on it in these little boxes, gift boxes. And I just bought everything I had, but it didn't work out well. It's easier to sell in person. I'd sell it in the clubs in a heartbeat because you always get that guy that comes up and goes, "You got something for me?" And it's like, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. What, you think I come in a nightclub and I only dress women? No, I have stuff for the kids. I have stuff for the boyfriends. I have stuff for guys. You know, so I try to have a little bit of everything, because you don't want to miss a dollar. So, but yeah, so I don't know, but I got a little bit of beads too. And then I bought some pins, but I don't know if I'm gonna put them in hats or sell them separate, that you use for hat pins. I got a good deal on those the other day, and so I thought, well, I'll buy those up, but I may sell those separate. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm glad you're doing better today. I'm so tired. I got so much work to do. But yeah, you better watch your temperature if you would. Michael Jackson, I thought I could, but even though his name isn't on it, everybody knows his jacket. Yeah, yeah, you have to be really careful putting people's names on there, and especially Elvis. They will sue the poop out of you if you put Elvis on there without their permission. They will sue the poo poos out of you for sure. But I mean, a lot of the Orientals will list stuff like that, and they get busted every time. It's just like Playboy stuff. There's a lot of fake Playboy rolling around through the years, and it's a shame because when you get it, you find out it's trash. It'd be so poorly made and just really trashy. That's the bad part about it. If they can make a good copy, it'd be nice. But no, they're gonna give you some pure garbage. It'll look great in a picture. It'll look like hell when you get it. But yeah. So I don't know. Flipping tired. I need a bunch of sales. But it might start really banging away. I was surprised I got that sale the other day. But it was just boom. Impressive. And it went to, trying to think of where it went to. I think it was Massachusetts. Yeah. So there's the highest unemployment in the United States, Massachusetts. During the pandemic, they were getting $900 a week for unemployment there. Florida is like 125 a week in to 200. They don't pay hardly at all. So I couldn't believe Massachusetts got that much money. So they must be paying real good out there for payroll. When I was out there, it didn't seem like it was a real expensive place, but especially rent. Seafood dinners, dirt cheap. But even rent, you could get a huge flat on top of a warehouse really cheap in Boston. Like you see all those places in the movies where they live in this big giant thing on top of a factory, and it's like forever long, big giant warehousey looking place. That's about what I need. For sure. But yeah, so I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and list some more jewelry, and I might come back and do another vlog in a little bit. So I gotta get moving around doing some stuff so I could stay warm. I'm gonna take some more vitamins, and because I am freezing from going in and out today. So I was gonna put the oil filter on my car today, and there was no way I was gonna hit that ground in this cold. I'm done with those years playing on the ground. I'm back loading the transmission in my car and stuff in the cold. Rock Hudson interview. I saw he looked good, and then saw one he looked bad. And over. Oh yeah, that AIDS took him out real bad. But now I can't remember if he got treatment or not. I know Liberace refused treatment and refused to believe he had it. I do know that, and that's why Liberace went down so fast. And and then now him and Rock Hudson were buddies. Rock Hudson used to get him Liberace guys. You know, they were real big friends. But they say that's how Liberace got it, because he didn't give it to his spouse, roommate, whatever. That guy Scott. He never gave him AIDS ever. But yeah, so um that was really a shame, and it was a shocker because you could never believe Rock Hudson was gay. Um, Especially I always thought that him and Doris Day were real tight, you know. But yeah, it was a big surprise. But he was an honest one. He went out in public and was open and honest about it, you know. I mean, he looked so darn bad after that. Yeah, probably because he was stressing, and probably because he gave up, and probably because he was depressed, and probably because he stopped dyeing his hair. He looked really, really rough. There was a few interviews he did with Doris Day before he left, and it was so sad. He looked really scary, and but you know, at least he was open and honest about it. You know, where Liberace refused to acknowledge the fact or anything, much less let anybody know he was gay. He was so afraid it would take his work away. But I mean, I remember watching him as a kid, and we always kind of laughed at him. He was such a clown, on TV and stuff, and we just thought it was kind of natural for him to be clowny too, and but I mean, he just appeared flaming. He appeared very gay. It's just the way he talked and everything else. It just you never saw him with his wife or kids or anything like that. So you imagine he was just gay. Jim Neighbors. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. I had heard something about Jim Neighbors being gay too, but yeah, that it's amazing. But I don't think that if Liberace would have come out, and said he was gay, like even in the 70s, I don't think it would have hurt him, because there was a big gay thing going on in San Francisco back then, and who cared? Everybody got their own life. So, I don't think it would have just crashed and burned his whole career, because I mean, like I say, I always thought he was gay. When I was a kid watching him, it was like, no surprise to me when they said he actually was gay. You know, he was funny as heck. I would have liked to seen Liberace in concert very much. I really would have. But you take that stuff for granted. You go, yeah, one day I'll go see Liberace, or one day I'll go see Sinatra and all that, and then they're gone. And then now you can't see them. You know, I should have gone to one of Tony Bennett's concerts, you know, and now he's almost gone. He's like 95 now. And the family decided they didn't want him to perform anymore because they're afraid he'd take a bad fall and get really bad hurt. So he has Alzheimer's pretty bad, but he still can perform real easily. It's a lot of things like with that Alzheimer's. There's certain things that it blocks and certain things it doesn't. And he's just like normal on stage. And but once he walks off that stage, sometimes he doesn't even know what you're talking about. So, you know, but yeah, it's really interesting. Dean Martin video, he was at a court case. Dean Martin? Well, Dean Martin was a drinker. I saw him at a club up in Century City. A friend of mine was bartending at, and I drove all the way up there to not be able to see him. She told me, yeah, he's over here drinking. I'm like, no. And I hightailed it up there. She got me in this really lockdown private club. And I walk in there and all decked out and standing at the bar. And she's like, that's him in the corner, in that corner booth. That's his booth that he always comes to. And I'm like, so is that his wife with him? Nope, that's his girlfriend. He never brings his wife. He has different girlfriends. I'm like, oh, man. So, needless to say, I didn't go over and say hi or, you know, walk by on my way to the bathroom or anything. Yeah, he was pulled over and he had a weapon, but it was for protection. Oh, geez. Yeah, I mean, fame isn't all it's cracked up to be, trust me. Been there, done that, where you can't even go out in public and have just a hamburger from a hamburger joint without getting people bug you. And then it gets dangerous. Where people follow you for hours at a time on the road and then, you know, you're driving around in circles and then you suddenly decide, well, if I just pull up in front of the police department, then maybe they'll go away. And I had one that didn't. And I mean, their car was so bad, the radiator was just smoking. Okay. And they still follow me. I mean, stalkers are scary. So, and they pull up right behind me at the police department. I was like, well, here we go now. Because when you pull in front of that glass door where the operator's there and can see your car and they know you, they're coming outside to say, hey, how you doing? Because you're blocking their door. And it's like, excuse me, there's this person behind me. John Lennon. John Lennon, that was some sad stuff. That's just pitiful. But yeah, there's some real cuckoo people. Really cuckoo. I had a stalker for years that used to come to my big house up in Memphis. And the police wouldn't do anything about it. I said, well, I mean, what does it take? They like have to kill me. They're like, pretty much. So you won't do anything until they kill me? I mean, this guy was in my house repeatedly. It was just really bad. On my property, anytime, 24 hours a day, banging on my door. And it was just really creepy. And on top of it, some married dude. And he would drive like 40 miles to appear at my house. And it was just really, really, really strange. This guy was really cuckoo. I mean, all he would do, he was like, you know, like one time he knocked on my door at like 2 a.m. And I was up sewing. And I thought it was a friend of mine, you know. And I went to the door and I had the glass door was locked and the door was open. But I walked over there and this guy was there, a real nice looking guy. Like, what could I do for you? You know, it's like 2 a.m. And he goes, well, I was wondering if any of the cars are for sale. And at that time, I had like 6 cars in the driveway paid for. I said, nope, nothing's for sale, nothing's for rent. And I'm like, you didn't see the trespassing signs? You know, I can't believe it came to my back door of my big house. And so, anyway, this guy kept coming back day and night. And one time I got out of the shower and he was standing in my master bedroom. I mean, it was just crazy. And I'd call the police on him all the time, and they wouldn't do anything at all. at all. It was just really, really scary. I started putting up video cameras and all kinds of stuff, and it's just, I just won't do anything, you know? So, yeah, it can get pretty bad. But, that's why you see a lot of these movie stars that are drunk and on drugs, because their life is scary, you know? And they get tired of the fame sometimes, it's like you can't go anywhere or do anything because somebody's gonna recognize you, you know? And, um, they don't want to be nice. They want to just drive you nuts, follow you around, ask you a million questions. And it's like, man, do I have to get like a full security staff here to go anywhere? So yeah, it's I know what it feels like. I do. I really, 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 really do. It's like that one stalker guy that last, I don't know, 2 years. 2 years, and he would show up at my house about once or twice a week, every week. It was just really, really frightening. Yep. And then law enforcement wouldn't do a damn thing, and they knew who he was. They knew who he was before I did. Wouldn't do a thing. So, yeah. But, I don't know. Well, anyway, let me get back on eBay, do some listings, and let's see if we get people answering on this vlog and see what they like on fedoras. So I can work on some of those and get them up online and sell them. I'm so glad you showed up. It's been so nice visiting with you. And I will see you in the next one. Love ya. Do some kind for a stranger, and I'll be back.